Yeah, we are in the building. What up, what up, what up? It's Sports Roundtable. Yes, sir. We back in the building. You already know how we do it. I am your humble host, H.O. from Bankhead, and back with me, we running this thing again. We're doing a run back. My main man, yes, sir. Atlanta's own Maceo Hurd Jr. in the building with me, man. Maceo, we got a lot to talk about today. It's
Man,
signing day for the youngins, and whew, I'm sure you got a lot to talk about. We also got some hot news. Ja Morant came back last night, his first game, and I'm gonna be honest with you. With that performance last night, he made real basketball folks miss him.
majorly.
So yeah, so we got to talk about that. And Carson Beck makes his announcement that he will be going back to Georgia. I guess he got his $4 million that he was looking for.
He got. Well, he they found common ground. But yeah, he good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we got to talk about this transfer portal as Coach Prime is finding a new way. Could this be the new way of recruiting? Because Coach Prime is in the transfer portal heavy. After watching his son get beat up, and beat up, I'm sure he said, we got to do something about this.
Got to protect my baby. Got to protect my baby.
So Coach Prime is in the news as well, so we got to talk about that. I'm going to see if my main man D Will is go join us. He didn't hit me back yet, so we're gonna start out with some prayers for his wife. His wife had to go back to the hospital to get some more tests done, and he says she's doing well, so we're gonna continue to send our prayers to the Williams family, some SRT love and things of that nature, because this is not the time of the year to be trying to combat sickness at no means at all. Yes, sir. Dez is already in the chat. What's up, Dez? And he already said I got my bust of the week is already. So, but anyway, and we got some more. We got ballers and busters coming up. Thank you, Dez, for saying that. And we got a roundtable discussion. We're gonna do just a little NFL recap, man. And I got to talk about this big game coming up. It's a big question I want to ask you about the Ravens and 49ers game.
Woo!
And we're gonna see what's going on with that. Also, man, prayers to your nephew, man, Keaton Mitchell, for the Baltimore Ravens. Man, that's a tough
was
injury.
on his way.
He was on his way for sure.
But he was having a big one. He was having a big one.
Yeah. Is it something in the world up in the DMV for these running backs for Baltimore?
Don't it seem that way?
Yeah, we might need to investigate that situation up there.
Yeah.
These running backs, even Lamar, got a little something going on. But yeah, and then we got a what say you? We got a what say you NFL recap and some NBA talk. We got to talk about. I got a Steph Curry question that I definitely got to ask you about. Cause Steph Curry last night put in the performance, said, "Yo, don't keep talking about these new cats. I'm still
Y'all must
here."
have forgot. He queued up the Roy Jones song. Y'all must have forgot.
Exactly. So man, Steph Curry is he's on one, and we got to talk about that. And Draymond Green is in counseling.
Yeah. On the way you can come back.
Yeah, he's in Kansas. So before we even get started, so my thing is this: the NBA is starting to get this reputation of once you get in trouble, you got to do what we want you to do
Right.
to in the good graces of what we deem to be back into the NBA. So do you think because Ja had to do some community service, he had to do a lot of different things that were not so much talked about. Even Kyrie Irving, when he went through his situation, he had to do some things, and now Draymond Green got to go to counseling and things of that nature. What is it to you, in your opinion, that the NBA is trying to do? Are they trying to flex their muscles, or they actually care about the players that's in the NBA?
So for the NBA, I just always think it's optics. I mean, the players truly run the NBA. I think Adam Silver, I think he's probably the one of the weakest commissioners because it's like he doesn't. I mean, he truly really don't have no say. It's almost like, hey, the inmates run the asylum. We have to step in and say or do something right here just because we're looking at how everybody views the NBA. The NBA is not a good watch on TV. It's a star. It's a star league. It's not a team league. It's about stars. And listen, Ja a star. Draymond, like it, hate it or love it, he's a star. He's a brand. He's a household name. So when these guys are not on the floor, it truly hurts the brand. So yeah, do what you got to do. Because everything is so reactionary. I mean, did they love that Ja had to miss 25 games? No, but they had to do something to him simply because it just looked crazy to this. Okay, slapped you on your wrist for having a gun. Oh, you don't care, you got a gun again. And probably gonna throw the gun. He probably gonna do something crazy one more time. But just the optics of it's all optics. Like Adam Silver is trying to basically tell everybody, look, y'all say I don't control the league. Look what I'm doing. Suspended Ja. Draymond got to go get counseling. Man, we don't believe all this stuff, but carry on.
Right. Now, are you in the mindset that Draymond Green actually possibly could have hurt someone with his antics?
Oh yeah.
Right? Because it was a punt.
Yeah.
And Ja Morant didn't hurt no one, wasn't lawfully illegal, did it on his own time, but it seems like the NBA is targeting being embarrassed more than the actual physical hurt of another player.
And that's why I keep saying it's optics.
Right.
Should we have given upon further review? Clearly, Ja didn't get the message the first time because he's still playing with guns on Instagram. So it's like, you don't hear me. You don't care. We saw Draymond Green throw that punch. Then we gave Draymond $100 million. Oh, he just did it again and really didn't apologize. So we don't believe you, NBA. We don't believe you. These guys,
and they sent him to counseling instead of just saying you suspended for this amount of time.
They're trying to appease the player. They're trying to serve two masters. We're gonna appease the player, but we gotta show we gotta show the people that we're tough on this stuff. But again, the NBA had like the lowest ratings of the three major sports. Nobody's watching the NBA. They're not. And they got a TV deal that's getting ready to come up, and they're gonna probably be a tad bit embarrassed about the numbers that people are gonna throw at them. Because they're nowhere near the NFL. The NFL had everybody trying to get a piece. And they took a check from everybody. The NBA not gonna be able to do that at all.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, All right, so let's with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some hot news. Hot news sponsored by good old friends Big Easy Grill. 1193 Collier Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Big Easy Grill, the best Louisiana seafood in town. I promise you that. Take 2 bites to get rid of 1 shrimp. And and them crab claws. Make sure them crab claws for the appetizer is unbelievable. I had some out of town guests in town, and they said I've never eaten no fried crab claws, but boy, I'm coming back.
Oh yeah.
So the crab claws are amazing as well. So yes, it is going to be off the chain if you get over there and get the Big Easy Grill. All right. Ja Morant came back last night from a 25-game suspension, and the Memphis Grizzlies went 6-19.
Yeah.
Now he came back with a vengeance, scoring only 7 points in the first half, but ended up the game with 34 and a buzzer beater. And then running to the locker room, he screams out, "I keep receipts," or "I kept receipts."
Yeah.
So, Maceo, I just want to get your thoughts on his performance and what he had to say, and he didn't name any names. He just said, "I keep receipts." But that can go a lot of different ways. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get into
that. Not surprised by Ja's performance. I mean, he is an high level elite basketball player. That's his team. They can't function without him, and we saw that firsthand. The difference he makes when he's on the floor. It's something about when the game is taken away from you, and you sit and have to watch. And like I say, we just in a era now where these guys got rabbit ears. I mean, it's Twitter, it's Instagram, it's all these talk shows. It's everybody talking about this guy. Because once we kind of got around to the 2024 game, Ja coming back, then so a lot of narratives about Ja. We had seen his dad. We saw T Morant. T Morant probably happy too, because now he can get his camera time back. You know, he had his hoodie on last night. But you know what I'm saying? He probably happier than anybody because now he back hot. But this is what we expect from Ja. Ja is a MVP level type basketball player. And now Memphis is going to go on a nice run. They're going to be way more competitive because they have their guy back on the floor. Again, I'm never surprised by what Ja does on the floor, man. The kid's game is phenomenal, man. So salute to old Ja Morant.
Now I would say this, and a lot of people talk about the MVP, things of that nature of whatever league, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, and things of that nature. But did we not witness last night or through the first half of this season, first 25 games of this season, did we not witness or what a true MVP of a team or of a league looks like when you hold out 25 games and you go 6-19, he comes back and gives the team a instant credibility. Now, after last night, if you look at the numbers of Memphis making the playoffs now, the numbers are unreal. Now they talking about they got a 60, close to 70% chance of making the playoff and turning their whole season around because of their performance last night.
No, I mean,
so a true performance of what a MVP looks like 218.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he is without a doubt the MVP of that team. Unfortunate for him, because he's missed 25 games, he won't be able to win the league MVP because he don't qualify under this new whatever rule they got going. So he won't be able to be in the MVP conversation. But there's no doubt that he is the king of Memphis. You know, him, R.I.P. Dolph, you know, all them guys. So Yo Gotti. You know,
Yeah.
3-6 Mafia, just Memphis, you know,
Mhm.
all them dudes. Ja is the guy. So I mean, yeah, he makes them a different team. People are gonna have to respect Memphis a whole lot more now because he's back. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually I want to salute Ja for coming back, and it looked from the looks of last night, it looked like he wasn't pressing, looked like he kind of waited his turn and
Yeah,
really felt like he felt like he played in the rhythm until the team really needed that boost
yeah,
and spunk.
yeah.
And then he just went all the way in, and just
And they were
took
waiting
off.
on him. They were waiting
Yeah.
on him. They were like, "Hey, anytime, y'all, anytime you can. Hey, anytime, y'all, you can go and take over. This is your team. Go ahead."
Now, from my understanding, now this is just me. He sat out 25 games, but if you know Ja normally is out the gate go.
Yeah,
But in this game, it wasn't such. It wasn't such. And to your point that you making, it's something about when they take something away from you. I mean, the NBA didn't expect Ja to get better, but in some ways, Maceo, it's like now we see a different Ja that
yeah,
he was a playmaker through the first half. I would suffer my 7 points, things of that nature, until my team really needs me. Then
yeah,
I'm just go. Psh.
yeah, yeah.
That's a different kind of job that we've never hardly
Right.
seen before. So the NBA may have did Memphis a favor by suspending him.
And it's
You know,
crazy because we've kind of all been there. You know, it's just some about when you're away, and I mean, you know, he watching the game, so he got to see his teammates better. He got to see his team in a different light because he's not there every day, not at practice every day. He just look, he
mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, oh, he do that good. Oh, okay. Now I can incorporate what I do, but I can let them do their stuff. And I'm pretty sure
Right.
he talked to a lot of different guys while he was out. You know, he was still in the gym, working and crafting on his game. But finally, he got to see everybody on his team differently. And he got a
Mm.
25 game sample size to see how they rock out. So now insert me. Listen, I can get 30 whenever I want. But let me get these other guys going and let me get a lot of the pressure off me. So when it's time, yeah. But now his teammates gonna probably, hey, Ja, get it now. And like you just said, that probably is gonna help this team down the stretch big time.
Haven't we seen this before? And I know we kind of gone over this Ja thing, but we got to stay on this to make sure people understand. We saw Jordan do this. We saw Kobe do this.
Huh?
We even saw Iverson to a certain extent. When they started to trust the teammates,
The team
it
took off.
made them better.
Team took off. They got better. Right.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
team got better. And I'm not sure a lot of people really understand the trust factor that goes along with playing any sports when you are the guy and you got to trust your other teammates, especially if you're a quarterback and you got to trust that left tackle to be able to keep your blind side clean.
You got to know he got you. You ain't even got to look over there. You just know
Yeah,
he
you
got
ain't
it.
got
He gonna do it, Ja. I ain't
right.
gotta worry about him.
And if we look at and that's the thing, if we look at Montana, we look at Brady, we look at Peyton Manning, they left tackle, they trusted them to the utmost.
Fully.
And now that you see Ja Morant, that 25 games, I guess he saw that I didn't even realize such and such was that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize that this player was such and such. And then this is the thing, he's playing without Steven Adams and Brandon Clark.
Right.
So
they
you
only gonna
really
get better.
Right. So you're really looking at, I mean, if they make the playoff, Maceo, how can he not win MVP?
Well, again, he can't win it because he missed the money. He missed the 20. That's the reason they gave him the 25 game. So he can't even be in the MVP discussion because of this new load management rule they got now. So he don't qualify because of the number of damn games he done missed, which is super garbage to me. But I mean, whatever.
Right, I understand. Yeah, that is crazy.
It's garbage. But I mean, this Adam Silver listening to everybody say, man, I spent all this money to go to a game and such ain't playing tonight. Yeah, so that still don't mean them guys still gonna play. They don't care about that. Some of them dudes don't even care about the MVP, especially like LeBron. Man, I done won a couple of them things, man. You think, no, if I'm gonna sit out, I'm gonna sit out. My knees hurt.
Exactly. I agree. All right, let's go ahead and turn the page, and let's turn the page to the king of the portal himself. Deion Sanders has signed 5 offensive linemen in the portal, and we all know it is to protect his baby boy, Shedeur Sanders. Has the transfer portal become the new way of recruiting these days in college sports?
Oh, without a doubt, it's the easy fix because you're able to go immediately and fill a need like right now. It's not getting a high school kid, having to develop a high school kid an entire year, sometimes 2 years. You get guys who understand college practice, understand college playbooks, just understand the structure of college football. So it's not going to be this steep learning curve for them. Now, elite high school kids are going to continue to get recruited. We saw that with signing day. We'll get to that later. But for the most part, when you're a team, you're a team like Deion, you're a team like Colorado, and some of these other schools, it's plug and play. Now, I got to win now because of my window. Next year will be Shedeur's senior year. You got to, your window is going to be closed once Shedeur leaves because now you have to groom another quarterback. So you gotta protect the quarterback. I don't know how many times we're gonna say this. Football games are won in the trenches, O-line, D-line. You got to fix those positions first, and then you build out. You can get skilled guys everywhere. Receivers, running backs, DB, you go get them anywhere. But offensive linemen who understand the game, who are strong enough to run block, pass block, smart enough to understand stunts, blitzes, all that stuff there. Those are the kids that are getting out the portal, and Deion did an excellent job of going into that portal and getting what he needed. And he's not done. He's still not done.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go back to what you said a week ago or 2 weeks ago when you was at the Georgia and the Alabama game. Kirby Smart said they big guys beat our big guys.
They're big humans. He called them big humans.
Big humans, okay. So now, if you're a coach and you listening to these two coaches or looking at that game to see where the game is won, shouldn't that give you a signal to let you know how you need to recruit?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, Deion said it about 5 or 6 times during the season. Hey, we're getting beat up front, offensively and defensively. We're getting beat up front. You gotta so I always call linemen the big athletes because that's really truly where you win games. Even when I coached, I spent all the time in the world with my offensive lineman, my O-line coach, because you can't do nothing without them. The big old Robert Hicks, I'd be in there drawing up plays and stuff, and Hicks would be like, "Hurt. I don't care all that pretty stuff you're drawing on the board. If we can't block it up front, it don't matter."
Right.
And he's right. So that's the backbone of your team, any football team, any level. It started in them trenches. And Deion understand that I gotta protect Shedeur because as long as Shedeur is upright, we do have a chance. But we have to be able to block and run block and pass block because they got dominated so much this year. And it was in line play. It wasn't skill, it was line play.
That's why when you got these big guys up front and you go 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and you in the shotgun, I
Yeah.
know that's why it irritates you so bad when you try to get cute. When all you got to do is just push forward and get the first down.
Now you got your quarterback 5 yards and the running back 2 yards behind him. So I got to run 7 yards to get 1 yard. It don't make no
That's
sense.
crazy.
It don't make no
that's
sense.
crazy.
So whatever.
Yeah,
I hate it.
that's crazy. So yeah, that's that I'm smarter than you mentality.
Oh yeah. I'm outsmart you. Yeah. Yeah, you don't what you know. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. We're gonna move right along, and we got to talk about Mr. Carson Beck.
Hey, one time
Carson Beck announced that he is coming back to the UGA Bulldogs to win another championship before he tries to get into the NFL.
Yeah.
How big a news was that to Georgia, knowing that the signing day was coming up today? How big a news was that to know that he would announce that he would be back with signing day coming up, and they are 1-2 with Alabama with the signing day signings. Give me your thoughts on that.
It was gigantic. He kind of once he said he was gonna play in the bowl game, you kind of knew that it was a great chance he was coming back. I mean, why come out this year and be the 5th, 6th, 7th quarterback when next year you can be number 1 or number 2? He without a doubt coming into the 2024 season will get all the hype. He will get all the praise. He will be outside of Milroe. He'll be one of the most experienced quarterbacks in SEC, hell, in the country. He has NFL size. He has NFL arm. He has NFL athleticism. He got all the traits that these people are looking for. They will salivate over him all season. And for Georgia, now you don't have to worry about breaking in Gunnar Stockton. Now Gunnar can learn another year. He kind of can be like Carson Beck. You can be, you can lay in wait 3 years, get you up to speed. But when you come in, you see the same effect. I mean, it worked for Beck. It worked for Stetson. It's working for Beck. And now Gunnar can kind of be the same way. So you have this gap in the quarterbacks. But again, Beck coming back, I mean, that's money. That's big time. And I know Kirby and all them guys are happy. Just hope Bobo can find the right plays every game this year and not wait till the game that mattered the most and all of a sudden he don't know how to dial it up.
Now, with him coming back, which is more likely, Georgia be ranked number 1 in preseason or Carson Beck being the favorite to win the Heisman?
Georgia being ranked number 1. He's gonna get some Heisman talk, but I think like the way everything is moving. Once we saw how Jayden Daniels won and this how the Heisman Trophy kind of always go. Once a guy the year before, the way the guy won it early on this season, that's what everybody looking for. Oh, Jayden Daniels was dynamic. So you're gonna see you're gonna look for all the athletic, like Milroe is gonna get probably more Heisman talk than Beck because he plays a style of game that he kind of run the wire around. He kind of make plays with his legs. Beck can do the same thing, but Beck operates the offense totally different. And a lot of people are gonna say that Georgia just so loaded, so really all Beck is doing, dropping back, he got this guy, he got this guy, got this guy. So is it Beck? Is it system? Is it all the thing? But me personally, I just don't think Georgia's offense, even though they're gonna score a lot of points, he's not gonna have like the dynamic, them Heisman Trophy plays that these guys always have. He gonna have to put up, like Ron just said right there, he got to throw 40 plays. He got to do, his numbers have to be so outrageous. I mean, because think about it, as good as Stetson Bennett was, there's nobody talk about Stetson for the Heisman. And Stetson had better numbers than the guys who won it. So
Mm.
I just don't know if Georgia's offense is sexy enough to say we got a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback. That's my only concern.
Right. So now we just done took winning out of the equation as far as the Heisman. It seems
Yeah.
it's more sexy stats.
Yeah.
You know, cause the biggest thing for Daniels came out was he had the best stats in the most competitive conference
right
in the nation.
Right.
So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. And think about it. It's kind of like what I always talk about with the playoffs. It's a TV show. Heisman Trophy is a TV show. It's how pretty of a story when we do those 4 blocks of the players, whichever 4 there. How sexy, how pretty is their story? Bo Nick's story was very pretty. Jayden Daniels' story was pretty. Michael Penix's story was pretty. Marvin Harrison Jr., those stories were pretty. Those were like sexy stories. How sexy can Carson Beck's story be? If I sit him on that stage and I have to tell a 10-minute, I put up a 10-minute video montage of all of, are you really going to be intrigued by that? Probably not. So it's really not sexy. Now, like Marlon said earlier, now if he throw 45, 50 touchdowns, then you like, oh, hold on.
Right.
Hold on. So it's again, it's always everybody has to always start looking at this stuff like, what's the best TV show? What paints the prettiest picture? And that way, and that's what I was trying to tell everybody last year when everybody like Stetson deserves some Heisman love. His story not sexy enough. Yeah, he was a walk-on, but people will tell you it ain't Stetson. That's what a lot of people say. It ain't Stetson. They got 35 stars. So it's always a TV show, dog. I'll just always remember that. It's always a TV show.
There you go. That breakdown was super, super elegant. I appreciate that breakdown. So we educating the tenants on the SRT show. Maceo just broke it all the way down for you. So all this Heisman hype and love.
Yeah.
If it's not a TV show, you want to see Medea, you want to see Mama Payne.
Yeah.
I mean, know, you got to be sexy.
Period.
Yeah. So it's either Idris or Denzel. You got to be sexy.
Yeah. 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 I mean, y'all gonna go see Lance Gross when he drop on Friday, or y'all gonna go see Denzel? Y'all gonna see Denzel. Y'all gonna see Denzel. Right. I mean, it is what it is, everybody. I mean, we didn't make the rules. That's what it is out here in these streets. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna add this last one to our hot news, and that's gonna be Steph Curry. I was gonna wait to talk about him later on, but I got to talk about Steph Curry now. Steph Curry last night had an awesome game, and they ended up beating Boston. Has Steph Curry solidified the Warriors in a way that says we can win without Draymond?
Oh yeah.
And I just put it on my back to say we go win.
Yeah.
Has Steph gotten better than he was? That's the true question.
Yeah, listen, he just continues to amaze. I mean, like you always say, just when we think, okay, we done seen all Steph can do, he turned back the clock and gives us one of these performances. His greatness is that, hey, y'all know I really do this, and when I heat up, I don't care who y'all put out there. It ain't nothing you can do. When I start doing the antics, and now the mouthpiece out my mouth, and now I'm shooting it and I'm turning around having fun. When Steph start doing that, I mean, you know it's quiet hours. I mean, you just know it's going to be lights out. but can he do this every night?
Is it sustainable?
Is it sustainable? Is
right.
it sustainable? And we don't know because the way this team is, because Clay not Clay no more. You know, I mean, we ain't gonna talk Andrew Wiggins. We not.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about Andrew Wiggins. But just this team as a whole, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. This how slow I am and how we don't worry about Golden State no more. Dude, I'm covering the game Monday, and they keep saying Wiseman. I'm like, it's another Wiseman in the league. It was James.
Right.
That's how out of touch we are with Golden State. When we Golden State has always kind of been like that love, like everybody loved Golden State. Golden State was must see TV. Now not so much, but again, when Steph does that type stuff on those particular nights, oh my God, it's insane, dog. It's insane.
If he sustained this another couple of years, and let's say get another ring,
Ooh.
does he get in the GOAT conversation, or he just get in the top 5?
I don't think Steph will ever get in the GOAT conversation. I think he's satisfied. He's good with being known as the greatest shooter ever. I think he's good with that. Now, the younger generation, I mean, he they guy. But people who watch, our age, and we can say, hey, Steph revolutionized the game. Like what we see today, fast breaks, people pulling for 3. That's Steph. People pulling from like ridiculous range. That's Steph. Guys guys be on the 3-on-1 break. Ain't nobody cutting to the basket no more. Everybody running to the corners. That's the Steph Curry effect. That's all Steph. But I don't think we'll ever like put him in like the GOAT conversation. Like, that's rarefied air. That's like 3 guys, But I think Steph would be cool, if y'all say I'm the greatest shooter ever. I think you can live with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's got it better than me. And again, he revolutionized basketball day. I mean, and I think I heard him talk about it one time that he hates to hear that, it's his fault that everybody yanking threes from all over the floor. But Steph, it is your fault. Like, you got to own that stuff because he found a way. Because he's not this 6'7", 6'8" dude. He not all rocked up like like a LeBron. He ain't 6'6" like Mike or 6'7", 6'8" like Kobe. He this 6'4" dude with the crazy handles who can just shoot that SOB from anywhere. and there's a chance it's gonna fall. Like, you gotta truly extend your defense on Steph. If Steph at the timeline, you better be out there. Cause he gonna yank it.
Well, first of all, let me tell Marlon, I gotta ask the question. So, listen, I gotta ask the question because it's we got to talk about it. It's some of these conversations are not going to be sexy, or it's not going to be to a whole lot of people's liking. But we have to talk about it.
You gotta have a conversation because when we long gone. And our cousins, our nieces and nephews, they're gonna have legit conversations about, man, Steph. It don't work for us because we've been blessed to see so many eras of basketball. But youngins who like are just getting into the game, Steph, they guy. And it ain't even close. Steph is their guy.
Yeah. All right, my last question for you on this topic is you've so talk about the greatest of the era, right? That's your way of
GOME. Greatest of my
Yeah.
era.
Greatest of my era.
Mm-hmm.
If I would say, has Steph threatening LeBron's era with the way he's performing this year?
Oh,
Because you just talked about the kids and
yeah,
how they rock with Steph.
Yeah, boy, they rock with Steph big time. You know, so I would say where LeBron on the early 2000s, as we go into 2010s and all that stuff like that, you start seeing a shift because people look at Steph like, I mean, again, about my little cousin Juju is he has a supreme basketball IQ and he taught the game.
Mhm.
He will tell you that LeBron and Steph are the most influential basketball player, but Ju is also 24 years old.
Yeah,
You know,
I know
he saw,
exactly who Drew is.
he saw the back. He didn't see Kobe. He didn't see Kobe. He was too young to really understand what Kobe was doing, but he liked Kobe.
Right.
You know, he has no recollection of Jordan, besides that we used to make him wear the tennis shoes all the time. But that's the guy. I mean, it's a lot of youngins who love Dwayne Wade. Like, it's a young guy conversation where Dwayne Wade is better than Allen Iverson. Now, for some of us, we like there's a few of us will be like, that's blasphemy.
Right.
But the young generation, and again, this is why I always talk about your era. And that's what it is. Marla say, does Bron not currently own his area? And this is what I'm saying. The 2000s, the early 2000s, can't nobody take nothing from LeBron. Nobody. But Steph came in and he carved out a nice little niche. I mean, he carved out a nice niche. And like I say, well, we will never put, and that's the difference between LeBron and Steph for me. We will never put Steph in the GOAT conversation. Never.
Right.
We won't. But you can't talk about the 2000s and not talk about Steph. I mean, you just can't. I mean, it would be impossible. You would really be doing yourself a disservice, and people kind of look at you like you're crazy. So there's that.
Now, everybody know. Well, I don't know if everybody on here, but we know that you secretly want to be a rapper.
Oh, right? Yeah. My album on the way. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I'm gonna relate this to a music thing. And you let me know, am I off or am I on, or whatever the case may be. There was a time where you had Grandmaster Flash, Run DMC, LL Cool J, and then all of a sudden, it was the ABC Rhyme.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, this kid out of New York named Rakim came and showed you that you can rhyme and use metaphors and all that. And he just changed the whole entire landscape of how rap is supposed to rap.
Right.
Now, some would say he might be the most influential person in hip hop is when it comes to rapping.
Yeah.
So, are we seeing that kind of? Can I kind of relate that to what Steph has done to the NBA?
You spot on, and that's the thing, because this is what we were used to. This is how they say it's supposed to be played, and like you say, here come this dude from you know what I'm saying, from Kakalaki, you know what I'm saying, and you know he's so small, and his way of playing the game is, hey, I'm just gonna shoot it from way over here. I'm sure you move. I'm gonna move back some more, and I'm gonna move back some more. And that became a style.
Yeah.
That became a style. So we went
And
from,
so
like you
now,
say, we went from that, then we went
yeah.
to hardcore. And like you say, then you got these bars. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Photon. Like, you know, young folk now, I mean, they say little baby, you know, they love little baby.
Right.
So I like that. I like that, huh? Hey, Joe, I like that.
So, but then again, you had somebody like Lil Wayne who came after that and just took the metaphor game to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me Rakim didn't influence the rap game. Or I can even do one better. A lot of people would say the digital way of how we doing things today, that Soulja Boy is solely responsible for that. And that if it wasn't for that way, we wouldn't have Amazon Music, Apple Music, and the way to download and stream music today if it wasn't for Soulja Boy.
He made the internet pop.
So it's a lot of different ways we can go with this to say when somebody come along to just do it so differently, then you got to give him props.
Yeah.
Got to give him props. So let's see what Marlon had to say.
Oh yeah. Nah, man. Steph game was never gonna be above the rim.
No, I don't think it was gonna be that. No, sir.
Yeah, we gotta get Soulja Boy credit, man. Soulja Boy taught us how to own the internet, ringtones, all that stuff, man.
Yeah. So, but if you ask some of the people who influence hip hop, his name would never come up.
For our generation, but the young folk gonna be like, yeah, because they were all cranking their listen, all of us were cranking that Soulja Boy. All of us.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it is what it is. And my thing is sometimes we got to be open to understand certain things. And the reason why we got to talk about it, Maceo, is that at least with us, you're going to get the authentic and the real.
Yeah.
When you go to all these TV shows and platforms and things of that nature, they have an agenda. They have a narrative that they got to push.
Yeah, they got to do a TV show.
So
they got to do a TV show.
The way we do it is we go give it to you.
Oh, we raw
and real the way we supposed to.
Authentic.
Supposed to give it to you. Yeah, authentic.
Real games, no gimmicks. Yeah, bars.
Yep, there you go. Yep, man. You gotta let everybody know when that album coming out.
Oh yeah, man, it's on the way, man. It's been on the way about 12 years now, so it's still coming.
There you go. Absolutely. Speaking of bars, we got to get out of this the hot news. Speaking of bars, there was a Facebook post that said, "Give me your most iconic verse or one bar lyric of all time." Do you have one?
One bar.
One bar or a whole verse?
Whew. So my favorite bar.
Okay, I can go with that.
Is always anything off I'm Bad. Where LL just come off, you know, he tells somebody no rapper can rap quite like I can. I take
right, there you go.
Man, put his face in the sand like that's strong.
Yes, sir.
That's
I figured I feed that
yeah, that's strong. Like to me,
yeah, I figured I feed that rap beast inside of you.
Right don't get enough credit.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then another.
That's a friend of foe. Yeah, that's a oh yeah.
Yeah. That's no doubt about that. I knew Daz was gonna be listening, but check this out. I've always said the Lay It Down verse by MJG, the last one on the Lay It Down, that was classic. But I need everybody to go back and listen to Rakim on check out Melody when he talking about the 7 MCs.
7 MC, put them in a line and get
Yeah.
7 more MC who think they can run. It's gonna be 7 more. Is it before I go for mine? That's 21 MC.
21 MCs ain't up at the same time.
No, do you
Can't tell me
understand,
that's not classic.
bro? I used to get put out of Miss Busby's biology class once a week because I was rapping Rakim. I had to go stand in the hallway every week because I was rapping. Rapping Paid in Full. Crazy, stupid album.
So
Crazy.
the Rakim comparison was. I see why you said it was spot on.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Absolutely. But you know, hey, that's what you get when you get to the real people. When you get to authentic people, that's what you get.
Real games, no
Ain't
lyrics,
nowhere in the world you could have ESPN was gonna sell you that.
No. They're gonna tell you, hey, talk about more Cowboys. Talk more Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now talk some more Cowboys. Okay, you run out of stuff. Talk more Cowboys. That's how they rock.
I agree. There's their friends of foe was something serious. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have me a whole concert when I get off.
Man, Lord have mercy. That MJG album right there take me back to when cruising was legal on Peachtree. This was my 100%. See, music. I matched music area and what the car I was driving had a Honda Prelude, blue Honda Prelude with the detachable face radio, tape player, of course, and front light. But that 8-ball MJG album right there was my true Friday night ride music right there.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about it. And let's not forget about that Pimp Hard on Space Age Pimpin'.
Yeah, I know what I'm listening to in the morning on my way. Yeah, it's gonna be 8-ball and MJG. No doubt about it.
Look at Marlon.
Yeah, he did, Marlon. No, there ain't no doubt about it.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can sit and talk about music all day, for sure. But you know, that's the way. But that's what our era can do. We can mix music in with sports to let you know that this is how we do it.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that's it there. Now, all right, so let's go ahead and skip on over to the to our one of our favorite segments, and that is our ballers and busters. Go ahead and put your ballers and busters into the chat so we can read them out. This week, I'm going with our ballers and busters, and I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. My baller this week, Maceo, is going to be, I think it was last week too, Mr. Joe Cool. Well, no, I ain't going to go Joe Cool. I'm going Joe Brady. Joe Brady, offensive coordinator now for the Buffalo Bills. It's really, really simple. I got a weapon in the backfield. Josh Allen, why are you running the ball so much when I got this? Maybe not be a Ferrari, but I got a Porsche back here. And if you see Josh Allen only threw the ball 15 times, 7 for 15 for 94 yards. Probably killed a whole lot of fantasy people, but winning is way more important.
Yep.
And James Cook got all the way off 100. He could have ran for 300 yards, Maceo, if he was still in the game.
He could have ran 400.
Yeah. Joe Brady is wild. It's like, okay, who knew that for so long we kept saying if Buffalo had a running back, if Buffalo had a running game, it'd be wonders what they could do. But they showed Joe Brady came in and said, yeah, let me show you. So my baller this week is Mr. Joe Brady, offensive coordinator for Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Yep. Who you got? There?
I'm gonna stay right there. You just mentioned him, James Cook. 179 yards rushing. I was telling y'all, I watching the game. I thought OJ Simpson was back there. I was like, man, is that number 32?
Yeah.
This guy is simply amazing. This is why Buffalo drafted him. It's crazy that Ken Dorsey couldn't get them to understand this guy's our second best weapon. Outside of Diggs, this guy's our second best weapon. Let's get him going. To physically just line up and run the football down the Dallas Cowboys throat. Now, I've said this week in and week out, and I'm a Cowboys fan. Everybody knows that. That's the way Arizona beat Dallas. Lined up and just ran it down their throat. No doubt about it. I mean, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They were like, we're going to negate the pass rush. We're going to take the air out of the football, and we're just going to run it, because the one thing Dallas defense does, they get to your quarterback, and they cause chaos and get turnovers. When they're not doing that, they're not effective, and that's why James Cook is my baller.
Yeah, Dad said that was his ball as well. Marlon said his ball is the Raiders for getting your boy what you call it? What's his nickname?
Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Boo Boo Staley.
Yeah. Boo Boo Staley.
Terrible. Worst coach in the NFL. Worst coach in the NFL. Worst coach in the NFL.
So yeah, so those are our ballers. Anybody else got some ballers, go ahead and put them in the chat. Now we're finna go to the busters.
I already know who your buster is. I already know who your buster is.
No, I'm surprisingly, I'm not going to.
Oh,
I don't even have the energy. I don't even have the energy to that. I'm gonna refer to MJG to that when he said that he don't even have the energy to put him on his tape on. Yeah,
he ain't gonna spend no precious time.
Yeah, he gonna spend no precious time. So my buster is George Pickens.
Oh, yeah.
George Pickens for not being a team player this weekend.
Terrible, dog. Terrible.
And listen, this makes and I'm not, and this just me. Sometimes you got to, everybody want, let's draft these Georgia players. But sometimes you got to really look and see, are they about this life?
Yeah, you got to look at the whole picture. Look at the
whole picture. So, I mean, my buster is definitely George Pickens for not even, and then got the nerve to respond and say he didn't want to get hurt. Why are you playing football?
Man, get out the field. Get out the field, dude. They gonna remember that when it's time to renew your contract. They gonna remember
now, does that require a sit down in the office or to get suspended in some sort?
I'm almost certain they already had to sit down with him. Yeah, me personally, he couldn't start for me. He couldn't start for me. That's one way to piss off any football coach. Because listen, one of the main jobs of being a wide receiver is blocking downfield. Most long touchdown runs happen because the receiver blocked downfield. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, yeah, super buster. He couldn't play for me. I'm sorry. He couldn't play for me. He could not play for me. Because what I want to see now is how he responds. Does he go mope? Does he? And what's crazy is he's a hell of a blocker. Like, go back and look at all his college tape. It's tape of him blocking people downfield. Like, go look at the Michigan game. He loves to block. Go look at the Alabama game. He loves to put people on their back. So, because you're not getting the football,
right
now you don't want to block. That's terrible. That's terrible. And it's funny. So, a real quick story. I take that to heart because I got benched as a junior. And I shout out to my good, great friend, DeAnthony Mobley. I tell Mobley this all the time. I didn't become the player I was without getting benched and watching Mobley play my position. And it made me sick to my stomach because I didn't give the effort. Because blocking ain't nothing but effort.
Right.
And my coach pointed that out. He was like, that's unbelievable. So you wanna catch passes, do all this other stuff, but when it's time to do the dirty work, you don't want to do that? Okay, you're gonna sit over here with me, bro. Bro. I tell every time I see Mobley, after I take him, because Mobley keep cool shade. Every time after I take his shades, I tell him that story. He laugh all the time. But dude, I wouldn't have became the athlete I was without getting benched. And watching DeAnthony Mobley do what I supposedly say I love to do. But I didn't do it because I didn't want to block.
Right.
So no, man, kudos.
There you go.
He couldn't play for me. He couldn't play for me.
So Dez put in the chat that his bus is the whole Falcon organization.
I knew you gonna say.
So now I'm gonna read to you Arthur Blank said in the interview that's gonna really piss him off. They asked him was making the playoff a requirement for Smith. Arthur Blank said no, that was never really a requirement. The requirement was that we have been more of a competitive team this year. Well, he's failed at both. Because this is what I want to point out, Maceo. You've been here all your life. The Smith family had the own the Falcons for 34 years. Went to one Super Bowl and was mediocre pretty much throughout
the entire time. Throughout the whole ownership. Yeah.
Whole ownership. Taylor Smith and the Rankin Smith family and all that. Yeah, all that. Then Arthur Blank buys the Falcons and he goes to one Super Bowl. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you got a soccer championship, but this is not a soccer town.
Right.
It's not a hockey town. If you go make your bones and own a football team, you're going to have to win. You're going to have to at least be more competitive than you are. Somebody said that if Arthur Blank don't give us either a refund or fire the coach, one of the two, what you going to do?
Dude. And that's the point I was making last night. Like, dude, you mean to tell me they've already sent the first notice about your first payment for your 2024 tickets? Do you really think next year, if you bring Arthur Smith back, I mean, do you really think? Oh, and the ticket prices just went up. Oh, do you think people are gonna send you that deposit? You out your mind? And so this is what a couple of my different partners, they were like, man, we ought to boycott the game Sunday. I said, listen, they don't care about that. They already got the money. This season paid for. They done cash them checks. Season that's done. Now, when it's time to send that deposit for 2024, if ain't nobody sending them deposits, that's how you send your loud message.
There you go. Yeah.
Because the only thing these people understand is hitting them in the pocket. Listen, the Carolina Panthers announced the crowd Sunday at 70,000 because they sold 70,000 tickets. Now, if you didn't show up, that's on you. They don't care.
But the ticket was 45 cents or 50 cents or something like that.
Yeah, but those like the resale, the secondary. Now, the game was sold out. Now, again, if you don't listen, NFL owners don't care if y'all don't show up because they already got your money.
Right.
They got your 2023 money. Now, are they going to get your 2024 money? That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if Arthur Blank think that this fan base is gonna be happy, say they lose out. It's no way in hell that you can bring Arthur Smith back. Or say you bring him back. There's no way you can bring him back and let him be the play caller. No, he has to have an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Or it's no reason, because again, I'm not sending you that money. That PSL. I don't care about that. Bye.
Marlon said his bust is Arthur Smith as well. He don't even
Yeah.
understand his own playbook.
I just knew that was gonna be your buster. I just knew that was gonna be your buster. You took the high road.
Yeah, I took the high road because I'm like I'm over it at this point because I done spent my wheels and then gave it too much energy and all this other kind of stuff. Look, I'm still in therapy. I'm out to be honest, and I cannot continue to go to therapy with bad energy.
You got an abusive relationship. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all right. So now Cub, hold on. Cub had a funny buster right here. The pilot that for allowing Arthur Smith to fly back with the team. Yes, sir. I totally agree. He should have got a FedEx truck to get back or something. Yeah, buffoon. You're right.
Yeah,
Boy,
wow.
it's funny reading some of these.
Yeah, wow.
Marlon say stop buying merch.
Yeah, man. No, the only thing people understand is hitting them in the pocket, dog. Hit them in the pocket. Dog, they think it's all good in the hood when they keep going to the mailbox and that same check keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, like say, wait a minute, you mean to tell me we didn't sell 75,000 PSLs? Wait a minute, we sold how many? And what's the reason? Oh yeah, man, he gotta go. I can't have he gotta go. Oh yeah. Yeah. So,
All right, that's one for the age right there, Maceo.
So I heard the craziest thing yesterday, and it was messed up all day. The division that once had Ryan Breeze and Newton, now it's best quarterback is Baker Mayfield. Hey, listen, and the Bucks could win this division.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Derek Carr could win this division. Picture that. Jesus.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That now that makes my Buster the NFC South. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's bad. And the winner of this division gonna probably be 8-9.
We're gonna be 1 and out. 1 and done in the playoffs.
They gonna host a playoff game.
They lose at home.
A team up with a better record is gonna have to come play gonna either have to go to New Orleans, Atlanta, or Tampa Bay. That's crazy. Wow, like
all right, let's go back and talk about this. You said if Atlanta lose out, there's no way Arthur Smith can come back as the coach next year. Arthur Blank got to rethink that, right?
So this was their conversation on Monday. We're gonna just let the rest of the season play out. The biggest thing that can't happen is what we saw on Thursday Night Football, where the Chargers just totally quit. Just totally quit on Boo Boo Staley. They just quit. They were like, we're sick of him, get him out of here. And they played like it. As long as the Falcons are competitive these last 3 games, and again, what has to be done next year is, from what I was told, Arthur Smith cannot be the play caller next year. They have to bring in an innovative, high energy offensive coordinator. That's like gonna be the mandate. He will be CEO, head coach. He gonna stand there, arms folded. His offense coordinator is gonna be game plan, Arthur Smith can't have no hands on play caller. So if he wants to stay, he's gonna have to get offense coordinator. But if he think he gonna get a chance to call the plays again next year, it's not happening. He will be looking for another job, or he'll be that corner office that his dad is saving him at the FedEx corporate building. It'll be his. It'll be his. Yeah. Marlon wilding tonight. Marlon, you wilding tonight, dog. That's funny.
Check out what he just said on that one.
That's that every kid gets a trophy mentality. Yeah, somewhat, but again, we've seen instances. Now we saw it Thursday night. No way in the doubt. The Raiders had just came off a game where they scored 3 points. Now you mean tell me in a week they're gonna score 63 points? Man, get out of here. When Vegas had the over under at 30, they get 42 points in the first half. Man, get out of here. Those guys laid down, and when I went back and watched the film, every Chargers defensive player made business decisions the entire night. The entire night. Dog, they weren't trying to cover nobody. They weren't trying to tackle nobody. It was terrible. Now that's the worst film I've seen this year. And I watch all the film, everybody. So that's the worst film I've seen from professional athletes in a long time. That was disgusting, dog. It stunk. It was PU. It was awful.
Oh, that's crazy. What else we got here? Oh, they putting Dad say he want to get Dave Ragone gone too.
I think the whole offensive staff, like, it won't be
So with that being said,
all the guys gonna be gone.
What would be our option as an offensive coordinator?
Ooh, so you got to have like 3 schools of thought. Are you happy with what you have in the building already? Do you think you can fix Desmond Ridder as a coordinator? If not, do we draft a quarterback? Do we trade for a quarterback? What's gonna be the philosophy? Because again, you stuck with Pitts, you stuck with Bijan, you stuck with Drake London. They're yours. So to me, it's gonna have to be: is this guy gonna be innovative enough to say, "Hey, go get me whoever. Go get me Jaden Daniels. Go get me Justin Fields. Whoever it is. Got to make these pieces work because we spent 3 top 10 picks 3 years in a row on offensive players.
Right.
So your offensive coordinator has to be somebody who can look at those 3 guys plus whatever quarterback they bringing in, and hey, I can make chicken salad out of chicken. You know, y'all know that phrase. That's gonna be the biggest issue. That's gonna be the biggest question. So I mean, it's so many young, innovative guys out there. Like the name everybody keep throwing up is Joe Brady. And I keep telling people, why would Joe Brady leave Josh Allen to come coach? I don't even know who the quarterback is. Because you mean tell me I got to go back out there with Desmond Ridder one more year? I ain't taking that job. So it's gonna be somebody who we probably don't know, we've never heard of. So it's gonna be some young upstart, high energy guy who's gonna come in with a gang of ideas, and he gonna say, "Hey, I can fix da 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 da." Because everybody keep talking about, well, Airbnb. Do y'all really want Airbnb here? I mean, do you really truly want Airbnb in Atlanta? I don't think you do. I could be wrong, but I don't think you do.
Well, they didn't look good Sunday. The Washington offense.
They
Matter of fact,
had,
Sam Howell got
they
benched.
had they hadn't looked good all year. If you ask me, like I say, I had to watch the film every week, so they hadn't looked good to me.
Is there anybody that you? Why would anybody leave their current situation and come here without knowing who would be the quarterback and knowing that you gotta you coming in here in the hole already?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it's gonna be a upstart kind of guy who, who everybody say he's the next up and comer, he's the next innovator. He has this where everybody doing this, he got a little wrinkle to it. So it's gonna probably be a guy we probably never heard of, because I don't think you're gonna get no big name, and I know they're not gonna recycle nobody. So get Ken Dorsey out your mind. Some of you, I know how some of you sick people think. Well, Ken Dorsey worked with Josh, maybe come down here. No, y'all don't want that. You don't want the smoke.
Right.
So I'm super intrigued by the possibility, but I also think so. Listen, y'all remember I said this after the Arizona game. They should have fired him then. He should have been gone then.
I agree.
But here we are. We're sitting here. We were in first place 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're not. Because Baker Mayfield had a perfect passer rate this past week. Make it make sense, everybody. Please make it make sense.
Yeah, everybody be screaming about that first place crap when the quality of play takes care of everything. You can be in first place only because the division sucks. I mean, you damn near gave it a Bust of the Week award. So I mean, there you go.
Yeah. It's crazy, dog.
Mm-hmm. Super, super crazy.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Mike Tomlin days numbered in Pittsburgh, but like I keep telling everybody, 24. He won't be unemployed 24 hours. It's gonna be everybody gonna line up to hire Mike Tomlin. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be who gonna cut the biggest check. And luckily for organization, ain't no salary cap on what you pay your coach, so he gonna get the bag, big bag, big bag.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Now, I guess all the blankets trying to pull this Rooney thing by continuing to stick with the coach through the what they call it for better for worse.
Yeah. Well, it's been worse for a long time now, and if you like I say you listen to Pittsburgh radio, they've been trying to get Mike Tomlin fired for 3 years now. They over Mike T, over him. I mean, over him. Majorly, they done with it.
They done with
it. They like, please move on. Like this man wouldn't even fire Matt Canada, but as we see, hell, they ain't averaging no more points with these guys than Matt Canada. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They actually averaging less points since Canada left. So, I mean, whoever said pick Kenny Pickett, I mean, how that's working out for you? It's not working out too good.
Yeah, he didn't even have to take his stuff out of the locker.
Nah,
he kept his same locker from college.
He just moved across the hall.
Yeah, moved across the hall.
Passed up, moved across the hall. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. All right, any more ballers or busters we got? I don't think we do.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, we good on that. I do got an honorable mention. And that's gonna be Kevin Stefanski, the Cleveland Brown coach. Definitely could be up for coach of the year. He's gone through. This is his fourth quarterback.
Yeah.
his fourth quarterback.
Yeah. Deshaun,
And
PJ Walker, DTR, and now Joe Flacco.
this is fourth quarterback.
Yeah.
And they still win the game.
Still win the game. Could win the division.
He on his fourth quarterback. We can't even get one quarterback right. They on quarterback number 4, and Joe Flacco probably got grandkids at this point.
Joe Flacco, that throw he to Amari Cooper, oh my, that's a thing of beauty. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Only 38-year-old quarterbacks can make that throw. Only 38. Nobody else would have attempted to throw that ball right now, but Joe Flacco, and he threaded the needle. Amari Cooper is still running his route when Joe Flacco let this ball go.
Mm-hmm.
It was now, oh my God, it was a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. 38-year-old, and what I loved about it more than anything, Joe Flacco had already threw 3 interceptions. Shoot, dog. He kept shooting. And look what he did. Young guys would win the tank. You know, I saw Desmond Ritter today. Desmond Ritter said that interception he threw was the worst throw of his football life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, we got an offensive coordinator.
Ooh. That would be nice. That's a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator.
That would be nice, huh?
I like that. I like that.
Now, but is Deion trying to also get him in Colorado as well?
I think so. I think his name has came up out there.
Yeah, so I guess he finna get a bag.
Well, NFL bags are bigger than college bags. So, you know, in the words of Juvenile, for the right price, I'll do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, just so people know, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, for all their home games, generated amassed over $113 million, I think.
Life was great out there for football season in Colorado.
So they hadn't probably seen that much money in a long, or if they ever seen that kind of money.
Not since Cordell Stewart done with her. And it probably wasn't still that much, but I mean they were viable. They were viable. Had Rashawn Salaam winning the Heisman. Last time we heard from Colorado. Last good news, well, it wasn't good news, but last time Colorado was really in the news, well, Ray Caruth was on trial, y'all. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. They said Colorado about 50 times during that trial. Like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, old Joe Flacco doing this thing out there. I tell you, he's cool old Joe.
I rock with Joe Flacco, man. I rock with Joe Flacco. I love this for Joe Flacco because he's showing that age ain't number the number, y'all. I keep trying to tell y'all that age ain't number the number, man. Mm-hmm. It's in your mental, dog. It's in your mental.
What else? Marlon said, okay, there you go. Samsonite versus
this is Jam. Shout out to them Jam Sport book bags, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's go ahead and jump to the page. It's time to get into our round table discussion. Yes, sir. Round table discussion. We're gonna let that thing be sponsored by Bow Bell Basketball. Bow Bell Basketball is the place to be when you're talking about improving your basketball game. Bow Bell Basketball, you can find them in 3 different locations: North, South, and Midtown. Yes, sir. Bow Bell Basketball, where he says feet work is key to all of your improvements of the game. All right, here we go. We are in the building. We talking about we got to talk about this NBA. Our roundtable discussion. All right, Mason, we talk about this NBA thing, and the Golden State Boston game last night was a awesome game. We saw Steph Curry put on a show, and we've already talked about it in the pregame. Well, early on in the show, we talked about how Steph Curry has, and you said this yourself, has solidified thoughts about, because a lot of people have always said that, can Steph win without Draymond, or can Golden State? Well, yeah, can Golden State win without Draymond?
Right.
With that little group together. And Marlon said in the chat earlier, Steph is proving that he can win without Draymond if he continues to sustain this kind of shooting. Now, could this be compared to Tom Brady and Belichick?
Whoo. Somewhat, because but you know, like that relationship, what Steph has to prove is he can win it without Draymond.
Yeah.
You know, Golden State has put themselves in sort of a pickle by, you know, giving him that 4-year extension, the $100 million, because when you really think about it, who would really take Draymond Green? Like,
Dallas?
What team? I don't even think they would.
You don't think they would?
No, I honestly believe the only other place that would take Draymond would be the Lakers, and only because that's his guy.
Yeah, that's right.
LeBron his guy. You know, that's like the only place, but you would still have to make the money work, which means you would have to give back $100 million worth of whatever, which might mean you're gonna have to give up a piece or two that you really hold near and dear your heart, Austin Reeves, but because that's what they're gonna ask for. You know what I'm saying? So they Golden State has kind of handcuffed themselves with, you know, they're married to Draymond now. I mean, for like you just talked about, for better for worse, they're married to Draymond. But I don't know if we would ever get to see that for Steph. That's what, like, when he threw that punch last year, me personally, and you know, hey, I don't know Steph's thoughts on it, whatever, but I just would have been like, dude, come on, bro. We gotta get you out of here, dog. No, I'm going to tell Curb management, somebody, hey man, listen. Am I the franchise? I'm the franchise, right? They built this new arena on the strength of me, right? Right. Now, 23 got to go. I let it slide when he ran KD out of time because I really wanted to win one without KD. But, bro, we got to let this go. We got to let this go. So they've done no favors for old Steph Curry and his legacy.
If Steph Curry continues to play the way he's playing, could you see Draymond Green out of Golden State this offseason?
Again, you gotta make that money work. You know, you got to figure out, hey, it's only one. What when we play a spade, man, I got one in the possible.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a couple of spots that you can send Draymond. You know, you have to be very creative in moving on from old Draymond. Listen, I hate it for Golden State because they're saddled with a guy right now who really has no value, and he keeps what they call him. He's a depreciating asset. Every time he do something crazy, people like, man, like, nah, we should have been it, man. The KD thing, we should have kept KD and got rid of his butt. Jordan Poole thing, before we re-upped him, man, he got to go. No, and I hate this for Golden State because this is the end of the road for Steph and crew. And if this how we gonna go out, we're gonna go out because this dude, he done lost his mind. He can't. It's just terrible, man. It's a terrible thing. It's just terrible.
My last question on the Golden State thing. February trade deadline for NBA. Are you looking forward more to what the Lakers do or what Golden State does? Because the Lakers won the in-season tournament, and you know good and well they're trying to get this NBA tournament. But also Golden State is in the flux. Mike Dunleavy gonna have to make some decisions in Golden State during this trade deadline. Andrew Wiggins is not playing the way they are looking forward to him playing. Clay is a shell of himself. And Kuminga just haven't developed quite that much yet. So what are you going to do if you go to State?
Yeah, I mean, you have to really sit here and look at this team. Well, first you have to really have a honest conversation with yourself. What's the move that we can make that truly gives us a chance in the playoffs? Like, because I mean, I'm looking at Clay. I mean, we looking at Clay and we like, I mean, he on the other side. I say I got this Draymond issue. Well, I mean, can we truly get from up under Draymond? I don't know. Do we have one more run in us? And if we do have one more run in us, who can we package? And what is the piece out there? What's the missing piece out there that we can bring in that puts us in the Western conversation of a team to look out for? That's the $1 million question. As you look at, because nobody who's competing gonna trade you anything. They like, nah, bro, we sick of y'all anyway. I would love to see Steph sitting at home come April and May. So you got to look at these other teams that are, out of it, or they ain't finna do nothing. You got to see which one of those teams, which playoff one of them teams, can we come in and pair with Steph, pair with Andrew Wiggins. I even hate how to keep saying Andrew Wiggins' name, dog. It kills me. But yeah, who are those guys? Who is that guy? What are those pieces? Because you want to see Steph to make one more run. You want to see him make one more run. I think we all would like to see Steph make one more run.
I agree.
But the way they're constructed right now, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
What did you see last night in Boston that gave you any inclination that they can win the East, or any inclination that they're not ready to win the East? Is there anything that you saw last night in the Golden State game that deterred you or influenced you that this Boston team is ready to win the East over Milwaukee, over Philadelphia?
Dude, I know this is gonna sound crazy, everybody, but I'm gonna say it still. I truly believe that Celtic championship window is closed. And I only say that because we have, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum just truly, I don't care what nobody say, they truly can't be on the floor together. I mean, their games are like when they're both on the floor, it's like everything is just stagnant. Because Jaylen got a way that he plays, Tatum got a way that he plays. And when they're on the floor together, it's almost like you're just sitting there like, all right, if Tatum got the ball, Brown just going to go over there in the corner and, he just going to wait for his turn to dribble because Tatum probably going to jack it up. He's going to try to get to the basket. Now, when Brown get it, him in that right hand of his, he going to right hand it there. He going to force himself to the right. He going to, he going to take one of these shots he takes. They just, I hate we always do this, but hey, your contract becomes part of your conversation. When you look at, they've given this guy all this, like they gave this guy this crazy amount of money. You just like, Jesus Christ, like Is that what we doing? And this is what we getting out of him. Our right hand.
Yeah.
I don't see where Boston in a 7-game series can beat Milwaukee. I mean, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, let me throw this out there. So we talk about Boston, but has Philadelphia gotten better since the trade of James Harden?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because now all of us, for some reason now, Embiid like to go down on the block all of a sudden now.
You're right. He ain't spending a whole lot of time on the perimeter like he's a guard.
Yeah, because I mean, he was out there like, man, this Joker just out here dribbling. I'm a dribbler too. I'm nice too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this Philadelphia team looks like a different team now that they took the beard out of there. It's crazy. Well, it's not. You know what? It's not crazy because sometimes addition by subtraction works, and we're seeing that Philadelphia, man. Embiid out here going crazy out here in these streets, man. I love what I'm seeing. This the Embiid I like. I don't like the stretch 4 Embiid, the big guard Embiid. I don't like him. He ain't my guy.
Right.
Not at all.
All right, let's go ahead and turn it over to the NFL. I know y'all, Erica talked about this the other night as I was watching y'all, but the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. What a game. But tell me about, and I ask this each and every week, it seems like, but have we found a chink in the armor, or we found some loopholes on how to beat the Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That secondary is terrible. That secondary is horrible. The linebackers are bad. I mean, they just brought in again. I don't know why he calling himself Shaquille Griffin. I'm not Shaquille Griffin, but Darius Leonard is the guy's name. Is Shaquille Leonard. I'm not understanding. He's playing so many snaps for this. He's playing so many snaps for this defense. I think he's not even really ready to. I mean, I don't think he understands the system truly. I don't think he. I mean, they're running him to death like the man. I mean, he wasn't playing a lot in Indy, and now he because of injury, he has to basically play almost 40 to 50 snaps. You got no big play Slay, so you got Ringo and Eli Ricks in that secondary, and then we brought this up last night. I think AJ Brown is hurting that basketball. I mean, I said basketball. He hurting that football team. We were talking about Philly. He hurting the football team with his antics, and we keep talking about Jalen Hurts has been hurt pretty much all season. I know he tried to play through. He wanted to have his flu game last night. I mean, Monday night. That didn't work so good. That ain't work so good.
All right, now tell me about this San Francisco offense that continues to keep clicking. And how Brock Purdy is just carving up the league as he leads the league in touchdown with 29, second in passing yards. But is it the weapons? Is it the play calling, or is it just a perfect match?
It's a combination of all those things. They listen with Trent Williams back, Debo back in the fold, Ayuk, McCaffrey, Kittle. Now they have a rotation that is so special, and it's clicking on all cylinders. Now it's because it's like, what do you take away? What do you take away? You focus on Debo, McCaffrey gonna kill you. Focus on McCaffrey, Ayuk, Kittle, all the passing game gonna kill you, and they have a quarterback that is getting rid of the football and is pinpoint accurate. And like I say, the thing I hate, and this is the problem everybody in mainstream media is having, basically saying, listen, Brock Purdy is an MVP, he's a whatever. Because we keep saying he's Mr. Irrelevant. How did everybody miss on him? Da. that's making it hard for people to say, hey, he right now may be the hottest, the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Now he's first, second, or third in every statistical category. Has an excellent play caller who understands that, hey, we're doing this to get to this. We're setting up this to get to that. You know, again, they're healthy. Everything is wrong. But this is what your offense, when you got a quote unquote genius, this is what your offense is supposed to look like. And when he can dial it up the way he dialing up and the way they running the ball, see, that's what makes it so crazy. You got to respect Christian McCaffrey so much and his ability to hit that home run that when they do go play action, dude, them linebackers coming up so fast, bruh. The dude throwing it's like, you know, we always talk about throwing rocks in the ocean. Look at the passes that Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle are catching. Like, dog, McCaffrey was so wide open on one of them throws. You just like, bruh, they rolling, dog. It's crazy, dog. It's crazy what San Francisco doing, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree. My last one on the NFL before we get to what say you is the division over in the conference, the AFC conference. You got Kansas City, you got Baltimore, possibly Miami. Is there any sleepers in the AFC that you could talk about that may surprise us in these last three games, that may surprise us and all of a sudden you say, wow, I didn't see that coming? Do you see any sleepers? Maybe the Broncos sneak in the playoffs or whatever, but do you see any sneaky teams in the AFC with what's over there?
I'm gonna tell you who's sneaky. The Indianapolis Colts. They sneaky.
Okay.
They sneaky. They can run the football. Gardner Minshew is giving them solid enough quarterback play, and their defense is good enough to where if they get in the playoffs, they gonna be tough for some team, because it's crazy. Everybody kind of thought the AFC South was just a foregone conclusion that Jacksonville was gonna run away with it. That just man, sunshine. Now they got Calvin Ridley on top of all these other weapons. Boom, it's their division. Dog, the Colts sitting right there. Dog, they sitting right there.
And
now I did
Jonathan
think
Taylor is back this week too.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We thought Denver had finally turned that corner, but then back to life, back to reality for them. But I think they still can fix it. But that Colt football team, dog, the Colts, and nobody, I'm telling you, everybody is probably praying that the Buffalo Bills don't get in the playoffs. If Buffalo find a way in these playoffs, and if they can continue to commit to this run and basically tell Stephon Diggs, look here, bro, we value winning over your stats.
Look what Dad said in the chat. just to better your point.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude. They are a very, man, I'm telling you, the Colts are a very interesting team. I've been studying them, and it's almost this is gonna be funny to say, but it has to be said. They're not in this position they're in right now if Anthony Richardson is at the quarterback.
Wow.
They're not.
You're right.
Because the one thing Gardner Minshew is not doing is just turning over the football. He is valuing possessions. He kind of, hey, it ain't there. Let me throw it away. Let me lean on this running game. Hey, I got a pretty good defense. So, I mean, hey, I ain't got to play hero ball. They have a nice dog. The Colts nice, man. I don't know. I know a lot of people ain't watching it. People will get to see him on Sunday. This Colts football team is a pretty good football team.
Okay, I can go with that. But I'm gonna put some in the chat. I'm gonna put some up in the chat. You tell me what you think about that. Cuz put that up.
Purdy will win the MVP because NFL wants another Kurt Warner story. I don't think it's so much a Kurt Warner story. Purdy is playing some good football. And again,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta get over that he was Mr. Irrelevant. You gotta just let that go. Now, he is in the NFL. He's on a 53-man roster. He is in the perfect situation for his skill set. Let it go. Just let it be that. Everybody, just let it be that. Stop, oh man, 7th-round pick. Oh my God, how did everybody pass on him? They passed on him because he don't pass the eye test. He don't have the measurables. He not this big guy. He don't have no big arm. He not athletic. But what he is was a 5-year college quarterback who's seen it all.
Mm-hmm.
He not scared. Now he walked in the NFL with so much experience. This guy had over 40 stars in college.
Yeah.
Well, you take Anthony Richardson had 13 stars. CJ Stroud about 24, 25 stars. Come on, man. Dog. This is a seasoned guy who just in the right situation. But Purdy, so I do think Christmas night is the MVP race. The winner of that game between Lamar and the 49ers. Purdy and Lamar.
Man, you took one of my questions away, cause that was one of my
it's like the Oregon Washington game. If Bo Nix wins that game, Bo Nix wins the Heisman.
There it is. So my question to you, I want you and Erica to bring this up next week when y'all do the rundown of the NFL. If Brock Purdy wins the MVP, there's 2 MVPs on Kyle Shanahan's resume.
Yeah.
Does this make him the hottest head coach in football? Can he demand to be the highest paid head coach in the NFL? Or will Brock Purdy win the MVP create other NFL teams to throw bags at him to get him to come to their team?
Whew. So yeah, you got to give it up to Shanahan because you just look at what they did with RG3, what they did with Kirk Cousins, what they did with Matt Ryan, what he's doing with Brock Purdy now. Listen, nobody is disputing that the guy can't call offense. He is a offensive savant, and in his mind, he feels like he's so good. I just need a guy to run my system. I'm like the joystick. Just do what I say. I'm gonna die this up. I just need you to execute. He finally has a guy like the Matt Ryan MVP year, and I don't know if people really remember it. Matt Ryan in that Falcon offense was outstanding. It's like it wasn't nothing they couldn't do. And that's what we're seeing with Brock Purdy. Like, no, he has the perfect quarterback for his system. He can run the boots. He can run, the stretch game. Everything that they're trying to do, he can do all of it. And, y'all, he's super accurate with the football. Like, his 3rd and 5th step, that ball out. No.
Just like that.
We got to get over the fact that he was Mr. Irrelevant. And I wish they would stop saying that, man. This is 3rd year in NFL? 2nd, 3rd, whatever it is. Dude, he's an NFL quarterback now. Like, stop saying Mr. Irrelevant, dogs. This y'all got to stop. But again, because all of yous watch TV all day, y'all say the same stuff these folks say. So that's why it's a big deal, because that's all they talk about, man. Mr. Irrelevant. I be seeing that on Twitter up and down. Man, well, Mr. Irrelevant, man, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Leave that alone.
All right. Well, that's gonna end in my NFL and NBA talk. Now I got some what say yous for you.
I got a couple for you too.
There you go, my man. All right, I'm gonna go first and name the coach who will not be patrolling the sideline next season in football. Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, Eberflus, Arthur Smith, and Ron Rivera. You can name a coach or coaches who would not be on the sideline next year patrolling the teams that they're currently coaching now.
Oh, I definitely think it's Ron Rivera. I think Ron Rivera is getting ready to ride off in the sunset. He had a nice career as a defense coordinator, as a player, as a defense coordinator, as head coach. He had Cam Newton. They made that crazy run to Super Bowl that year. He's done. All them other guys, even if they're to maybe lose their jobs, they will find employment quick. It's over. It's over for Ron Rivera. And don't y'all call him Riverboat Ron. That man ain't gambled in 5-6 years. So please stop with it. He ain't gambled since 2015. That's Cam Newton MVP season. So it's definitely Riverboat Ron, dog. Riverboat Ron.
Okay. All right, you want me to go through all of mine? Or you want to just?
I'm gonna get you with this one right here.
Okay, go ahead.
What say you? Classic College Quarterback Edition. Tony Rice, Tommy Frazier, Rodney Peete. Who's your guy?
I'm going with Tony Rice. I'm going with Tony Rice only because, and it is, you can understand this. Maybe the tenants may not understand. Tony Rice had his tape game on his shoes. It was unreal the way he had his
spat game fire.
Yeah, his drip was dripping.
The two towels.
I mean, all day long.
The Adidas, yeah.
His drip game was dripping. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Tony Rice. Rodney Peete, he was cool. Tommy Frazier, he was just stronger than everybody.
Yeah. Oh my God, Nebraska invented off-season conditioning. Everybody, they had strength and conditioning coaches way before everybody else.
He was just stronger. He was just bigger and stronger than everybody.
Yeah, but he was out there with them corn-fed white boys. He
was
weights every day. In Florida, quick history, everybody. When Tommy Frazier them sprinted through Florida, that's when Steve Spurrier say, "Hey, we got to go get a strength and conditioning coach."
Yes,
that birth all of what y'all see now. They made it a profession because Florida went and got one. Then everybody else was like, "Oh, Florida." Everybody went and got one. So Nebraska.
I don't think people really understood how you talking about now. You talking about lining up and just go. Nebraska was, Nebraska was that team.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, they didn't need no tush push or none of that. They just had them corn-fed balls in the front, hike and go.
Period.
All right, my next question for you, Maceo. What say you? Will Jim Harbaugh be the coach at Michigan at the start of next season?
No, he will not be the head coach at Michigan. It's gonna be so many bags thrown. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be tough. I knew that was gonna get him. It's gonna be so many bags thrown at Jim Harbaugh because what we know about Jim Harbaugh, whether it be college, pro, he knows how to win. And the one thing NFL do, they value winning. Michigan will not be able to match, even though Michigan got a lot of money, they will not be able to match what one of these NFL owners is going to give Jim Harbaugh on a per year basis. So yeah, Jim Harbaugh will be in the NFL next season.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Here we go. Classic cornerback edition. What say you? Rod Woodson, Lester Hayes, Mel Blount.
Oof. Hmm. Now I will say Rod Woodson. I don't know if a lot of people remember when Rod Woodson was hell on Madden. I mean, he was you could not throw to his side on Madden. But with that being said, I'm still go, cause growing up as a youngster, man, it was just I don't know if they even play football like this anymore. But Lester Hayes, I'm going with Lester Hayes.
Lester Hayes, my God.
Lester Hayes would get in front of you and look you in your eye and say, "Come on with it, let's go. I'm gonna be right here in your hip pocket."
My guy, Lester Hayes.
And his drip wasn't bad either now.
Oh nah. The curl. I want a curl because of Lester Hayes.
His drip wasn't bad either. So yeah, I'm going with Lester Hayes on that one. My
mama wouldn't let me get a curl, but I wanted a curl because of Lester Hayes. Without a doubt.
All right, Maceo, my next to last question for you. What say you with the Tony Sheho signing this unreal contract that he has deferred? Is that's going to force the Braves to give Ronald Acuna a new contract worth a whole lot more money?
So let's give kudos to the Atlanta Braves being smart. When they basically locked all these guys up, they say, "Hey, we're gonna give all y'all these 10-year, $100 million deals," because they knew that out of all those guys, Ronald Acuna was probably gonna be the one. So he can't go to arbitration. I think it's like 4 more years before he can go to arbitration. So by the time he get to arbitration, they would have probably put away enough coins to offer him. They ain't gonna offer him $700 million now. Y'all get it out your head. Bray, we don't have ownership like that. We are a conglomerate. We don't have one owner with deep pockets. We got somebody who got to run it up the ladder and then bring it back down.
Right.
So he's going to get a new deal, but it's not going to be nowhere near $700 million. It might be 350.
Yeah,
they might get 375. They might find a way to do 4, because he's going to be worth every penny. But the 700, get it out y'all head. Please get it out your head. Don't think about it too much. In the words of Drizzy Drake, don't think about it too much, y'all.
There it is.
And here we go. My final one for you. Classic hip hop edition.
Oof.
From our era. Friday night, heading out. Which album are you banging? NWA, In for Life, DJ Quick, Tonight, DOC, Funky Enough.
Ooh. Hey, boy, you bringing it tonight.
I hold it from our era.
Yeah, you're right. Now see, now you go make me go put on go get my Amazon music catalog out. But I'm going with the NWA. I'm going with the NWA. I mean, the other two, classic. NWA just, it gives you attitude.
Oh my God.
It gives you attitude.
It gets your mind right. It definitely
Yeah,
gets your
it
mind
gives you
right.
attitude. But we got some folks in the yeah. Dad said give him DOC. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
That
All
that
right, I
deal
got
that DLC album was that DLC album was a banger. It was a banger.
yes, it was. What do you I don't know what Trey was trying to say then. All right, my last one for you, and this is gonna be high school basketball tradition.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Yeah, high school basketball tradition. Now,
Ooh.
this is I'm gonna take it away from the ATL.
Okay. Okay.
So I took it away from the ATL, but there's a Georgia team that's in it, but it's not in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I'm going IMG Academy, Mount Verdi in Florida, or Southwest Macon in Georgia.
Listen, I knew you were going when you said you was taking it out of ATL, I knew
Yeah.
exactly where you were going. And I'm gonna double down and I'm going with Sharon Wright them, man. I knew it. I knew exactly where you were going when you said you were taking it out of line. Southwest Macon was a terror for a
Yes.
long time. And this was before, with IMG, with all these other, because what all these other folk doing now is kind of what those guys couldn't do then.
Right.
Man, listen, y'all, please go do your homework.
Eric Manuel, Sharon Wright, Reggie Manuel,
Dude,
Jeff
listen,
Malone.
it's so, bro. I don't think y'all understand. Southwest Macon was that.
Yeah, it was all that.
I'm sorry. Listen, South man, and for it to be down there,
Yeah.
bro. Listen,
I know I got your juices flowing last week. I just kind of wanted to get the juices flowing again this week.
did nobody want that smoke like that's Southwest Macon.
Now, Monteverdi, I guess I'm saying it right. They always talking about how they had the Ben Simmons and the Joel Embiid.
Yeah, but they were, they were. But see, it was commonplace to really recruit then. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying like what IMG doing. I mean, IMG them and all them, these schools, they basically cheat, man. They treat. I mean, they are cheating.
Yeah. But just like you said last week, the guys that I was making, they homegrown,
dog,
and they just had to take what they take what they can get, and they go. Cuz just said he in the chat. He said they was a terror when he was in high school. We already know,
bro. Listen, we would like say so. I'm blessed enough to have like my dad, my uncles who were just like high school athletic junkies and purists. So, man, if somebody was supposed to be that deal or did this or whatever, we traveled. Like, so I got to see them up close personal. Then they did have a rivalry with Douglas, but even before then, 84, 85, 86,
right?
wow, we were down the south. We was always down there going to see game because that's where the best basketball was being played.
That's
a great one right there.
Now that you've talked about this, we got to give the people what they want. Oh, it's
Uh-oh.
9:05, so we got to get out of here. Basketball legend. Now,
Uh-oh.
if you have to refer to your uncle or your dad to this, then I can understand. But what say you? Anthony Flanagan, Southwest Atlanta. Donald Brock, West Fulton High School. Norris Bobell, North Fulton High School. What say you?
So this was gonna be crazy because I don't think people understand how historic Anthony Flanagan was.
I know.
How influential Anthony Flanagan was. And he's getting his flowers now. But if you turn in now, all three of these guys were special. But the Anthony Flanagan thing, because people just would be like, oh, he's a football player that went to Georgia first. Anthony Flanagan was a superior athlete.
Yeah.
That people like, dude, my uncles, man, when you hear stories about Anthony Flanagan, dude, again, all three of the guys are special. But the way people revere Anthony Flanagan, dog, is something that's out this world, man.
Yeah, I agree. Quick Anthony Flanagan story. He was my 8th grade coach in middle school at Kennedy.
That's right. That's right.
And look, I knew this guy was special. I used to talk about him. I used to hear people talk about him all the time. But now on Saturday morning, we had free run. He used to open the gym and come in there, and he played with us.
Right.
And he would play with his shoes untied. And I'd be the first one to get there. I used to, I'd ride the bus and get there and try to talk to him and, get on his team or whatever. Man, when I tell you this dude, even at the age of 30 or whatever the case may be, still had it. I used to try to get in there and play one-on-one. He said, ain't no sense in me shooting no layups. All the layups out here. Jumpers. He said, them layups right there. But what got me though, Maceo, is he came in the gym one day dribbling a football.
Yeah. No.
He'd throw it on the ground, bounce and come right back up. And he just kept doing. I was like, this dude here's something else.
Bruh. My aunt, dog, if you can't go nowhere on the west side, and it's like guys who played or whatever, dude, the Anthony Flanagan stories are unbelievable, dog. He was really like that. And for the city of Atlanta to have not won a state championship in football since 1973 when he did it at Southwest High School, right. Bro, tell y'all you need to know, man. Like, no, with all the advances and training and this dog, Anthony Flanagan and Southwest High School, the last APS school to win state championship.
Yeah, and I was gonna throw Mike Mitchell in there from Carver, but he didn't make the list. Yeah, he was nice too. Yeah, it was crazy. But this is my last quick story. When Anthony Flanagan was coaching me in the 8th grade, we sit down and talked all the time. And he was telling me about his recruiting to Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he told me that USC wanted him bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah.
And O.J. Simpson met him on the plane and went out to USC. He loved it. But what happened was his mother ended up passing his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And they were strapped for money. And Georgia came with the bag. And they needed it. His older brother was, kind of talking for him or whatever the case may be. But he did tell me that he was way better than Buck Bellew, and Vince just never gave him a chance.
Oh, no. Everybody knew that. Because
But listen,
let's let this out.
that to this day, that's why I do not root for Georgia.
Bro. Listen what I'm
To
telling you.
this day, out of respect for Anthony Flanagan, that's why I am not a. You will never see me with no Georgia Bulldog paraphernalia on. Period.
Dog. Until Quincy, and it's funny because same thing. Because I knew the Anthony Flanagan story, you couldn't get me to rock with Georgia.
Exactly.
Couldn't get me to rock with Georgia. But until Quincy went down there, and I remember when Quincy signed, and me and Quincy laugh about this all the time. They had all these great white boys. I don't know. Quincy showed up one day. They saw Quincy practice one time. Three of the 4 quarterbacks who were there transferred the next day because they knew. They saw Quincy one practice and were like, bro, we not better than him.
Mm-hmm.
We not better than him. We out. We out. Yeah.
I saw Buck Belue one day at State Farm Arena. And I walked past and just shook my head.
Dog, Buck Belue know. He know.
Yeah.
Everybody know. Everybody know, dog. It's crazy. But everybody
I was like, Coach, you for real? He was like, I'm for real. I was like, no. He was like, yes. He was like, he said, I was practicing. I was throwing left hand and right hand. I was like, he was like, he just never gave him a chance. And he said, quiet as kept, it was Booster's decision.
No, of course.
Like, yeah. All right, let me get this music queued up so we can.
They were fun, dog. They were fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Hancock had his birthday celebration last week. I think he's still having some effects behind that.
Oh, Hancock. Get better, Hancock. Get well, my boy.
Yeah, man. He was yeah, I don't think he went out of town and then, but he was just I can't even get this thing going. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to all of the people who tuned in, listen tonight, man. We surely appreciate it. Shout out to you, Maceo, man. That one call does it all, just like
all the time, boy.
Just like the insurance. Yes, sir, man. I so appreciate it, man.
My dude, man.
Yeah, I always try to make it fun for you, and a lot of times I'm starting to cater the show towards some of the things that I know you're a basketball junkie. I just knew that. I just know that.
Listen, I tell people all the time, man, I swear I'm a hooper. Y'all look, I want C2, C3.
Yeah.
I wouldn't thought about it for. Coach Dollar broke my heart after 8th grade. Whatever, Coach Dollar.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, so I try to I was like, yeah, so but anyway, appreciate you coming through, man. Please let everybody know where they can find you during the week.
Everybody.
Anytime you're not on camera Monday, you can show get on camera Wednesday.
Hey man, I always holler at your boy, man. Hey, the Crush Sports Talk Network, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hey man, Maceo Hurd, Maceo Jr. on Instagram and Twitter.
There you go.
We ain't hard to find, dog. We ain't hard to find.
There you go.
Hard to find.
Gonna
come up with all them crazy names. See me outside 247. Nah, we don't do that. Use my name, dog. Use my name.
Matter of fact, tomorrow when you and Glaze do the show, bring up the Shanahan thing. If he gets the WVP, see if they if he's gonna be will he be the highest paid head coach after all these MVPs that he's got.
Yeah.
His resume is for sure. Yep. Well, that's gonna be our show, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry we kept you late, but we entertain. You know how we do it. Hey man, this is your main man H.O. from Bankhead. R.I.P. Mons and Pops. R.I.P. BC, man. And that's gonna do it. We'll see y'all next week. And we out. Peace.
Good stuff, my boy.
Yes, sir.